Ah, there we are. Hey, good evening, everyone, to a new live session. Welcome, everyone who's in the chat. I think we just started, but yeah, I want to say thank you for everyone who joined um, my latest premiere on YouTube. And yeah, I was pretty happy that so many people came in there. Hey Jasper, nice to see you. Um, Welcome to the show. So welcome again. Sorry, I was a little confused because my setup was a little weird tonight as again. Tonight we will talk about something that I launched today. It's a new sample pack. The sample pack is titled City Lights. You can download it for free. The link is on in the description of this post, and you find it on my website. And I'm working on a little project right now, and one of the core elements of this project is to work on a track with samples taken in the city. And that is why I took my recorder a couple of times and took some field recordings. And the side product of this is this sample pack. And the sample pack was taken at different places, not even my favorite places, but places with a lot of people actually. And I want to create a little track tonight that uses those samples. And I want to show you some of them first. But before we start, I have a little, maybe you can do me a little favor. You see that the quality of my webcam is not really good, and I'm considering to upgrade it with a better model. Right now I'm using a Logitech cam for this. But if anybody of you guys out there has a solution for it, I'm pretty happy about that. Leave your comments in the description of this YouTube video or in the comment section, and let me know. Maybe you have proposal what camera could be better for me, because I don't like the quality. You see that the display is not really crisp, and I want to get a better model. So let me know if somebody of you guys have something better for me. Okay, let's start working on something. I'm gonna load up my micro house project. Okay, and we're gonna make a new track. Okay, there's nothing coming out here. Okay, I think you don't hear the Digitakt output. Hey Dieter, nice to see you. And hey Cody Lane, I'm great. Just my Digitakt output doesn't work as expected once more. So I don't know what to do actually. Ah, okay. Got it. No, you cannot hear it. That's really weird. Hey Andreas, nice meeting you. Hey Ben. Everyone, welcome. I have a little problem with my setup again, so the Digitakt is working. I see the audio comes into OBS, but I think you don't hear anything, right? Hey Thierry, nice meeting you. I hope you guys all had nice Easter. I had, because I created a track. I don't know if you have seen this. And I took my Digitakt all the way up to Germany. I have been to Stralsund, and we had a very nice time in Stralsund. And I had some time to create music actually. But I'm confused because right now, before I started this show, you can hear it. Oh, that's cool. So maybe I did something wrong. Oh yes, I turned the volume of my MacBook down. Great. Cool. So I want to go, firstly I want to go through, I want to show you some of the samples of this pack. And then I want to start creating something with that. Because this video will be like a little showcase video on my website. So let's go for track number 1. So all the samples in this pack are 112 BPM. I think this got to be my signature speed or something. I don't know if you guys have this as well. Somebody told me this is a 59% signature speed. So all the samples in this sample pack are 112 BPM. Yeah, great. Thanks everyone for the feedback. The problem was I turned down the volume of my MacBook, so I couldn't hear the monitoring. Hey Mike, nice seeing you in the chat. Thank you, Jerry. I thought the track was cool. Yeah, I thought the same. So for tonight, I copied some of the loops onto the Digitakt, and I want to show you some of them just to give you an idea how they sound. And there are some samples from a construction site. Yeah, it's always 112. There are some samples from a construction site. And what I did with some of them, I mangled them. I put a resonator on it, or I put a grain table reverb on it before I exported it. So this is the same sample that we heard before, just with a little chord playing in the background. So you have a couple of different variations of the same sample, which is pretty cool, I think. Then I have some samples from a walk that I made. That is the sound of my feet walking through stones, which is already cool, because I thought about choosing samples that gives some kind of rhythm. I don't like to choose samples that are just talking people or something. I wanted to choose samples that contain a little rhythm in that. And this is what I got actually. Hey guys, it's so cool that you are here. And with this walking sample I did the same. I put a resonator on it and got some pretty cool variations. Then I went to the highway. That's a pretty short one. And actually these ones, if somebody of you goes out taking recordings of something, really go to the highway, because the passing cars, they make so good drone sounds actually. Like this one. Let's load this in there. Let me quickly check the speed. It's 112. And some groove. But this is not right. This is not the right speed actually. I think this is the wrong speed. Let's go for 60. Let's go for 16 steps. Yeah, the loop is not really cool for this one, but some of these sounds are more meant to give you some inspiration by using them with an LFO actually. But I wanted to do a track with another sample actually. I went to a market, and what I like about my Tascam recorder is the Tascam records. Thank you, that's so nice to read. The Tascam recorder records interferences caused by my watch. I don't wear it right now, and that gives a lot of happy accidents, like this one. This is an original recording. There's no mangling in Ableton or additional plugins or something. And you hear there's some rhythm going on in the background. Maybe this is one of them I want to use. Also, what was pretty cool, and I'm pretty curious about this one, there was like a rolling stair. I don't know the English word for that. It was in a department store, but maybe we are going for this one. Yeah, so let's go for this one. But if you know me, then on track number 1 I always have the kick, so I have to search for a different slot. I think I will go for slot number 4 for this one. This one we don't want. Configuring the length. I think the sample is longer, so let's go for a condition that says only 1 of 2 and set the length to 32 steps. Yeah, now it's really good looped, and what I like about this loop is that there is like those little claps going on. Hey Tom, Grüße nach Augsburg wieder. Ich habe letztens doch an Augsburg gedacht. So last time, hey guys, everyone who came in lately, welcome. Last time we have been a lot of German guys in the chat, but tonight we are pretty mixed from the Netherlands, and I see guys from Belgium. So I think we stay in English tonight. Okay, so this will be my central element for this track. Maybe there is something. First, what I want to do is with this sample, I want to filter out the low frequencies. I decided to let them in. I was filtering out a lot in Ableton before I exported those loops to this pack. But sometimes I decided to leave the low frequencies because it gives you the ability to make little filter sweeps, and then the effect is a little better. So I decided to keep the low frequencies and gives users the choice if they want to filter it out or not. And I'm going to filter it out now. Kinda. So let's give it a kick. I bought a super cool sound pack, by the way. I don't know if you know this guy, and I actually don't know the name as well, but the sound pack is called Tape Haze 4, and all those sounds in this sample pack have been recorded with tapes, and they have a pretty cool atmosphere and a very good feeling. So if you're into lo-fi production or something, then I really recommend this guy. Maybe I can put the link into the description of this video later, because he produces pretty cool stuff. Some recommendations for field recorders. I can show you mine, Andreas. This is my field recorder. It looks a little dumb with this thing, but without, it's impossible to record something outside. Now this is like a cheap Tascam model. It's DR07X. And what I like about it, you can record for a long time. The batteries, they last forever. And what I don't like about this is sometimes it's recording interferences. So there is no, Andreas, I think it's Abschirmung. So this is something not so cool. But for my purposes, this is perfect because I like accidents. If you want to record something serious, maybe I think Zoom has a lot of cool recorders. I see in the chat there's the Zoom H2. I think that's a very well known and very good model. So if you want to buy a field recorder, I would go for Tascam or for Zoom, but there are other options. I also have this, and that is a small Shure mic. Oh, there you are. And that is a Shure, what is his name? MV88. And that you plug into your phone. It takes not so much space. It has a very good quality, actually. You can take this off. And it has a double mic. So if you want to record like interviews, or if you have not so much space, what I do when I travel, I always travel lightweight. This is a very good alternative to the Zoom recorder, but your phone is blocked when you record something. That is the main reason why I bought the other recorder. So loads of possibilities to record stuff. Sometimes I record even with my watch when I'm on the go. So let's go back to the kick with this sound pack from these tape recorded sounds. And I think there are some kicks as well. No, I think I didn't copy the kicks yet. So let's go for one of my standard kicks. And shots. I like this one for now. I will change it, I'm sure. Okay, but what I don't like about this is maybe I'm going to play just a little bit each time I'm going to trig it. So let's set the trig to 3 and set the length to 3 trigs. Yeah, something. Andreas, I made a blog post about this recorder. I can put the link in the description later as well. It's not a review, it's just like a first impression blog post. I think I like this most. But let's only play this the first time it goes through it. maybe I'm not so happy. Maybe just try out some other samples. Let's go for the highway thing. This is kind of cool. And what I could do is yeah, I would like to move the filter with the LFO a little bit. So filter frequency depth a little bit, turn down the speed, turn down the speed, turn down the speed. Oh well, not turn down the speed, maybe we leave the speed up. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's kind of industrial, you're right. Maybe there was a car at 250 kilometers per hour. Okay, that sounds okay. But let's go first for a bass sound. I always like to start with kick and bass, so I have like a bass for something, and I made a demo pack for a customer. Maybe you should go for more industrial sounds. Oh, I like this one. Oh, the filter is a little too much. Oh, I like that. And maybe I'm going to place a trick that plays reverse. It needs to start there. Yeah. And maybe. Oh no. Yeah, why not? That's nice. But okay. Let's save it. What's going on in the chat? My samples are always in chaotic order. Oh yes, they are. That's a really big problem. Do you always use some kicks and some snares, for example? I mean, to always have some different samples to choose from the same kind. Yeah. I have loads of samples on the Digitakt where I think my 1 GB is always overfilled with sample stuff. But I always use for the main sounds. I use a lot of the same sounds, but I started using different kick sounds in the past for the past tracks. But I tend to use the same sounds because when they work once, that's a nice idea. I will try it out. If you get used to those sounds, you know that they work, and then I tend to use them again and again, and I really force myself not to do it because the tracks will more or less, you can do that for 1 or 2 tracks or 3, but then they will sound similar, and that is what I don't want. But to sort this out on Digitakt is super hard. You see that my library, I started from scratch in January and I deleted all of it. And I wanted to create a system that is divided in a sound pack section where I put all the sound packs on, and a global library that gives me some sounds that I use all the time. And then I have a section for track specific samples that I create for one specific track. The global library doesn't work actually because I always put all my sample packs in the sound pack folder. And then they are. So I try to keep them in folders because I think that it's better to leave them in the folder structure as they are. Otherwise, or maybe let's say I have this sample pack that I just bought, this tape haze sample pack. If I would spread them in different folders, like I have a folder for chords and for loops and for melody elements, they would mix up with other sample packs, and it's not mine, I tried it, but for me it works better to leave them in the folder structure as they came. The most thing what are really annoying is about the Digitakt is that you cannot search for samples that are not used, because I'm a guy who likes to copy lots of stuff on the Digitakt which I never use, but I love to have a choice, even I don't use it. But it's hard to find those samples later and free up space on the Digitakt. This is something I would really love to see, that Electron adds something to it. Sure, you can clean up. There's a new menu item since the last update, I think, but this only cleans up sample slots that are not used, but not sample sounds itself, and these are the ones that kills your sample space. Sometimes I have a lot of unused samples. Yeah, I always have unused samples in my project. Yes, I'm catching Q&A, but I like it actually. I create different directories. Yeah, different directories is nice, but you have to follow your own rules, and that is where I'm so bad when it comes to organizing samples. So there was an idea to put a reverb on the reversed bass trick. So let's try that out. Actually, I don't like reverb on a bass sound. I don't know why. I don't know about you guys, but that always muds up the mix. I also don't like it on this sound because I think it takes away the it takes away the groove that the second trick creates, in my opinion. Yeah, I will leave it without. So let's go ahead with a snare sound. Or a clap sound. I think let's go for a clap. I will shorten it anyways. But there's a click sound going on. Do you hear it? I'm still not sure if I like it or not. Yeah, it's not enough. I completely agree. Especially when you're loading loops on the thing, the sample space is it's filled sooner than you like. Yeah, never reverb on basic bass sounds. I think the same, Andreas. Reverb on bass or kick sounds. I did this once. When they make sense, I really like it. But usually, I love to keep those tracks dry because I use a lot of reverb on other tracks, and that can create a pretty muddy experience later on, and this is what I don't want. Okay, so we have the snare. Let's go for a basic hi-hat. These ones are pretty basic or very classical. Let's go for this one. Okay. I'm adding some variations by modifying a little of the volume values. And what I like about this very basic arrangement now is already that there is a call and answer going on. Like this sound that we added in the beginning, this one, it calls for something and the bass is answering. And this is what I'm going to keep for the rest of the track. Yeah, I'm with you, Andreas. I think that it's a big issue with some tracks that you get a muddy mix actually. Yeah, we had this, Jasper. We talked about this. But what I'm gonna do, maybe some bit reduction on this one. I know. The sound is already pretty harsh, so maybe we leave it like this. Okay, let's do some percussion works on, or maybe add some noises to, oh sorry, some noises in the middle tricks of the kick sounds. And for that, I have a folder with vinyl noises and drones in my global library because I thought that those sounds, I use it all the time. I need this for every track. I have like noises or crackles or hiss sounds and stuff. So I thought it's clever to create a global library for that one. but yeah, it's not. Let's try this. No, this could be a little bit more. Okay, that's nice. And I'm going to play a tom kind of sound on the last track. Sound packs. Techno dub. No. I have a pretty cool sound pack from Electron. I don't know if you guys know these. They don't cost so much and they have pretty cool sound packs, and one of them is Sprockets. And Sprockets has a lot of strange sounds. Yeah, that is nice. Okay, let's add a drone sound on track number 8. And maybe I find something in my super duper city light sound pack. Maybe that one. No, that doesn't work. Let's create one. Let's create one from a chord. That is a longer sound. That is nice for a pad sound. Oh, that's what's going on in the chat. Yeah. How often do you mix a track indoor with OB? What do you mean with OB? You mean overbridge? I mix. My workflow is a little strange, actually. I stopped to jam for nothing. So when I jam, I record it every time in overbridge, because I had it a couple of times that I made a pretty cool jam and I wanted to make something more with that, like I wanted to mix it, but I couldn't because I was too lazy to record it in overbridge. And then I started to record each session with overbridge so I can mix it after that. And what I do with each of my mixes is I add a little compression to the kick and the bass tracks. So I have a template in Ableton. And on each of those tracks are 1 or 2 standard plugins. Yeah, chords. And that makes the mixing process pretty easy, because my kick is always on track number 1 and the bass is always on track number 5. I have a grid for that, or a template on the Digitakt, and I use the same template on Ableton. The local chord man. Yeah, you are the local chord man. That's cool, actually. And I put those stems, or the recording, and usually I mix it a little bit with compression and stuff. Okay, let's go for your sound, Andreas. Let's switch these ones off. And now let's try something with LFO. Let's switch these on. Super short hold time. Let this move through the sample by adding a random waveform to this LFO. But yeah, I like it. I would buy that cap in your merch store, actually. Let's filter a little I reduced the probability to 70% so that not every trick is being played. Yeah, it sounds pretty classic, I think. Let's add some filter info. I'm always amazed what you can do with a simple chord sound. Seriously. That's something that really fascinates me about this machine. Okay, this is something I could use for the performance later. Yeah, that is pretty cool. I like that. But it's not the pad I wanted to create. I don't know if you have the same problem. You want to do something, but you get to do something completely different. So what I really like to do is, if I found something like this, I like to switch the sample just to see what happens. So right now I have this one. Let's try this one. more what I was searching for. And something I realized as well, I think you guys can agree on that. Don't use reverbs on pad sounds actually. I always ask myself, does it really add something to the vibe of the track if I add reverb? Because when I started music making, I was adding reverb to everything. Reverb, reverb, reverb. But I figured out that it's the much better solution for the mix at the end to have maybe 1 or 2 tracks using reverb, and then it really smashes. If you use it too much, you get a muddy mix again. But for this one, I think I like it. Thank you. Yeah, it's a curse, that's true. Okay, that's cool. Nice. So the next thing I'm going to do is to add some percussion sounds to the track of the snare. Not reverb, yeah. Yeah, but actually I like that. So just put reverb on everything and you are cool. But we know all what happens. So first I'm going to add something that I do a lot. And that is I do some shuffle stuff around the hi-hats. This time I'm going to do that with a different hi-hat sound. Sound packs a bit deeper. No, no. Drums, heads. Let's try this. Longer. And maybe this is cool, but not at the beginning. And also, it's too loud. Yeah, something maybe that's better. So for this one, I'm going to choose. Let's take the same one and maybe pitch it down for 1 octave. Make it short. So we get like a click sound or something. And then the same with the second one. Just we pitch it up to C4. And then those two tricks I give a condition of 40%. Well, yes, the reverb of the Digitakt is really cool. I really love the reverb. It's one of the main assets of this thing. Also, the delay is pretty cool. But overusing it is not good. Okay, guys, I have to tell you something. My pizza is ready. So I'm going to close down this session for tonight. I hope you liked it. Yes, the reverb is always worth into big. Yes, and by the way, I have the Big Sky reverb pedal. So you see, I'm a super big fan of reverbs. I hope you like this little Q&A like session. The next one will be in 2 weeks. So I changed the frequency to be weekly actually. And let me know if you have questions, leave them in the comments. And there is another premiere coming up on Saturday night. I don't have uploaded it yet, but I made super cool slow-mo recordings in the Aqua World in Stralsund. And that will be a super cool video. I wish you a nice evening, guys. Thanks for joining. It is always super funny to have you all in the chat. It's really cool to see you up there. And yeah, I hope we see us soon again. Have a nice evening. Enjoy the rest of your night. And yeah, see you soon, guys. Take care.